What is up, my Gaggle of Geeks, and welcome to tonight's episode where we're going to be talking about, of course, you know what happened already today, the big news dropping about Batfleck, Battinson, and Beaton. I don't think that we've had anything for Michael Keaton, so that's going to be the new one that we have here. I have two extraordinary guests with me. You already know the first one, who is he just lives on the web and shows up whenever I summon him. It's Chaz Evans. How's it going, man?
Oh, you unmuted me. Oh, dude, it's going. I just ordered some pizza, and my body's gonna hate me. And it feels like it's not Friday. It's Thursday, so we're almost there.
Yeah, and then we can do the It's Friday dance and jig and stuff. But before we do that, I also want to introduce our guest, Jay Moore. How's it going, man? Oh, you muted yourself.
Hey, how you doing?
I was like, how did he mute? Well, I'm pressing the button. He's not mute. Okay. Yeah, Us three are here for one reason and one reason only, because right. Chaz got very upset and sent me a link saying he didn't like something, which is normally how most our news stories are logged in this. I get a link, I get a reaction, and I have to calm him down from it. And this was no different, because Ben Affleck is back as Batman in the new Flash film. We'll start there, and then we're going to get into the details. But I can already see both of your reactions being negative, so I think I'm the only one that's going to have to be positive and excited about this. Look at these two. Look, sure, he's smaller in stature, you know. Nothing can really rise to the Keaton version, but we got this guy, you know.
I want to clarify. I don't have anything against Batfleck as a whole.
Well, you said that very condescendingly just now. I have nothing wrong with Batfleck.
I have everything against Batfleck. I don't like him.
Everything? What did he do to you, Jay?
What did he do to me? It's Ben Affleck. We've seen Gone Girl, okay? Look, no, I'm just kidding.
Gone Girl's great. What are you talking about? And he was the victim in that. Whoa.
Look, I read the book. And
you were
the book
siding with the girl that killed Neil Patrick Harris mid-orgasm? My God, Jay.
Hey, you look, first off, in PH, sometimes you got to go when you got to go, okay? But still, look, I don't care about Ben Affleck playing Batman. There's just something about it. It's just sitting on the back of my throat that just makes me want to gurgle at the fact that he doesn't. Like, I just don't like. I don't think that he was built for the role. I personally don't think so. Even as old man Bruce, you know what I mean? Like, no.
Here's the thing. Many people, and I've seen these images come up of comparisons between him and the animated series, and it's almost identical when you look at it. But before we jump into it, we do need to cover exactly what is happening with Andy Muschietti's The Flash. Yes, it's now It Director's The Flash. It has been so many other people that have been a part of it. It started with Rick Famuyiwa doing the script. We were excited that was coming from the movie Dope. We were going to get something new with that. Ezra Miller's still attached. But it's gone through so many different script writers and such. After It Chapter 2, Muschietti was tapped to do this. So we've got the release that Michael Keaton is involved still. We're going to jump into that too. And that this does not disrupt the Batman news that we got of new posters and starring Robert Pattinson, who remains the future of the Batman franchise, which is what's in this article. But let's talk about why Muschietti chose to bring Ben Affleck back, okay? So what he said specifically was his Batman has a dichotomy that is very strong, which is his masculinity because of the way he looks, the imposing figure that he has, and his jawline. But he's also very vulnerable. He knows how to deliver from the inside out, that vulnerability. He just needs a story. He just needs a story that allows him to bring that contrast and that balance. It's all about the story, my friends. And I think that he was not serviced well in either Justice League story or Batman v Superman story. So my question is, why not give him another shot?
I'll let Jay go first.
Oh, God. Jay's been going already, Chaz. It's your turn.
You sure? Because I have no problem.
Yeah, go first. I want to hear this.
All right. You want to know why I would not give Ben Affleck another chance at Batman? Here's my reason. Because you've already had Batman v Superman, okay? That was mediocre at best. That was supposed to be your debut as Batman. And how do you screw that up? I just don't get
Well,
how
who do
you
you
can do
blame
that.
for that? Do you blame specifically Ben Affleck entirely on the failure of Batman v Superman?
Well, see, here's the thing, because a lot of people want to blame Zack Snyder for that, and I can't do that. I would blame Warner Brothers and Ben Affleck, because Ben Affleck was playing the character and he knew, and he could have said something. He's been in cahoots with Warner Brothers, so I give
What?
most of that to
What?
Warner Brothers and
What do you
Ben
mean he's
Affleck.
been in cahoots with them?
He's produced with them before.
Exactly.
He's produced
So
with them before, yeah, but
So
define cahoots. You can't just say he's been cahoots with them from the.
All
what do
right. What I mean by that is collusion, okay? And I hate using that word, okay? There's collusion in there. Okay?
You motherfucking accuser!
Look, yeah, give me all
Can
that.
you see
Okay?
that? You
I'll
son
take
of a
it.
bitch? Accuser
trying
of
to
the
help
fucking
me, huh?
brethren, you motherfucker!
The brethren of the
Goddamn
DC
right.
fan base.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
I just
saying that
can't.
he was in cahoots. He wanted to tank his own film,
No,
and
he
that's
wanted
why
to do it
he's
as,
got a shot.
I don't
Is it because
think
he
should
brought
have,
Chris? Because here's what I'm gonna try to decipher what you're saying. Are
Right.
you saying that he brought in his writing partner Chris Terrio to pen Batman v Superman and Justice League, and that's partially why they weren't comfortable with Zack Snyder moving forward, and why Justice League had a new writer and a new director, and that whole thing turned into the kerfuffle that it was? Is that
as a matter of fact, yes, you actually put the nail right there on the coffin.
okay?
That's actually what I was trying to
So,
say as I was ranting. Yes.
your issues
Ooh, I
with
like
the
that,
writer
Chaz.
Chris Terrio.
I guess so, yes.
Yeah, nice. But let's talk more about it. Why did Affleck even agree to this? Because he's been beaten up by people like Jay and Chaz for years now.
Hold on. I have nothing against Batfleck.
What I do?
I have nothing against Batfleck.
His Batman has I've already read that shit. He's a very substantial part of the emotional impact of the movie, referring to The Flash. The interaction and relationship between Barry and Affleck's Wayne will bring an emotional level that we haven't seen before. It's Barry's movie, it's Barry's story, but the characters are more related than we think. They lost their mothers to murder, and that's one of the emotional vessels of the movie. That's where Affleck Batman kicks in. So he's already read the script as well. Let's see here. He was given the script a couple months ago. The movie is a bit of a hinge that, in the sense that it presents a story that implies unified universe where all the cinematic iterations that we've seen before are valid. It's inclusive in the sense that it is saying all you've seen exists and everything that you will see exists in the same unified multiverse. So this is connecting not only, I'm assuming this is also connecting Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. This is connecting any other future films that are DC involved that might not have a direct tie-in to what we've seen previously. It's a multiverse. They're building the multiverse inside of the Flash, which has always been the plan from the beginning.
But if they tie in the fucking Joker movie, because for so long it was like, oh, it's a standalone, it's not connected to any of the universes at all, and then now they're trying to connect it. Like, fuck that, dude. It just shows they have no plan.
Well, what do you call Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
I don't know. I don't know
right.
anything about that.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
Hey,
on that
Kate.
one.
Kate,
That's fucking right. You're
here,
gonna cream your pants when Tobey Maguire shows up in that film, and no one will be like, "But doesn't that underplay Pattinson?"
So here's where my frustrations come in. First, let me say the good things, okay? Let me say the good things.
I think pretty quick, I'm sure.
No, I think Ben Affleck is actually a really like decent Batman. I have nothing against him. Like if he continues to play Batman, by all means, and I think he plays a great Bruce Wayne, for that matter. And Andy Machete taking on this. So what's interesting about the Flash? It was in development hell forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so was it. Both movies were in development hell, and then he took the reign after Carrie Fukush. Oh gosh, yeah,
Rick
Carrie.
Famuyiwa.
Yeah, how when he left the project, I know when he left the project though, Andy stepped in, and like those were major blockbuster hits, right? And like I enjoyed both of those, and I think Chapter 2 has some weak points, which could be studio interference. I don't know. I'm not gonna nitpick it. So the fact that he's in on this, like I have nothing against Andy Machete. Where I question it though is that he's he's very visual. And I don't know how visual you could get with the Flash without just doing like some sort of warp speed Star Wars effect.
I think you could get very visual.
Yeah, I was about to say,
that's
yeah,
the main form of how you're gonna love his stuff and how much they failed.
And
with
honest,
Justice League. That
and
Blue Lightning and the way Ezra Miller ran looked atrocious. It looks like he had never ran in his life, or he had some type of Forrest Gump incident at his beginnings, and he just runs like that always.
Go ahead, Chaz.
I was gonna say the downside of where I'm coming from is that there is absolutely no build up to this major of a thing at all. All the movies have been mediocre at best, and now they're trying to lean in, being like this huge event that all DC fan base knows about.
Well, that's
right?
where I want to ask you, because I gave you homework beforehand here.
I watched the movie.
And I made you watch the Flashpoint Paradox. Yes. Jay, have you watched that as well?
I own it. What are you talking about?
Okay, so we all know that they're obviously not going to be going through with like the Aquaman and Wonder Woman story arc. They're not going to be doing huge wars, and there really isn't the Reverse Flash. I'm assuming that's going to be involved in this. Nor is there a Joker, Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne situation. They have omitted a lot of the side story and development that a lot of movies would need to build to that. However, they have what they have with Ben Affleck and Ezra Miller, and they've already given them a little bit of character development in Justice League with the Save One People speech. So I do see a connection there.
Okay.
No, he has a very valid point, and you were right about as far as the Flash goes and that lightning. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh! Did you see how he ran? I'm gonna do it. Hold on, I gotta take this off so you can see. And I'm in shorts. Forgive everything that you're about to see happen.
Just everything all together. It was just horrible. Yeah. You know who did a better job at running?
Richard Simmons.
No, I think the guy who did a better job at running would be the guy who played Quicksilver in the X-Men
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. That was literally the best running I've ever seen in slow-mo that looked badass.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, exactly. That's one of the best parts of Days of Future Past, which is interesting that you mentioned that, because there are multiple versions of the same characters in that movie. Boom, roasted.
Okay, so Patrick, let me ask you a question then. With my other issue is that they're bringing Michael Keaton into this. Okay, a lot of the theories at first was like, oh, he's going to play an older Bruce Wayne, right? But now, seeing as how it's going to go, it seems like he might be playing Thomas Wayne.
No, that's not what's happening,
dude. Because in Flashpoint,
they said he's reprising his role as Batman. They didn't say he is playing a different character.
No, they didn't say that. They said he's playing a substantial role. It doesn't say what role he's playing in. Speculation was Batman.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, look it up. Correct me live. So going off this though, okay.
Live.
Why would they not get like Thomas Dean Morgan back to play the older version of Thomas?
Luther.
I didn't know what you asked because I'm proving you wrong.
You're proving me wrong.
Wait, what was the question again, Chaz? Sorry, Luther's in the background.
Okay, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like, why aren't they getting him to play Thomas Wayne again?
Huh?
Like the older version. Like, why do they have to go back to Michael Keaton? Because now they're tying.
Well, because they're trying to connect everything, and they want to give fans something. But
here's
really
the thing:
simple answers.
I know, but they're connecting the shittiest DC universe right now. It's not great. It's a shitty DC universe. Hear me out. They're connecting. Like, I mean, dude, the recent movies are trash pile. Okay, like they are not the best at all. They are mediocre at best, like Jay said. But they're connecting that.
You got to name names. Name the films.
The DC universe, the new one they're going for right now.
Shazam, Aquaman, that's their most recent. Birds of Prey, that's their most recent.
Okay, let's talk about Batman though. Like Batman vs Superman, Justice League.
Something
okay, no, hear me out.
4 years ago.
Hear me out. They're gonna try to tie that in to Tim Burton's Michael Keaton's movie. That's what you're telling me. The one that's far better than that, and then it's gonna taint that fucking name, dude. Watch this tank, and it's gonna taint the fucking original, and then everybody's gonna be like, whoa.
Oh, we're gonna taint the original, huh? We're gonna taint the original. There's nothing that's tainted the original already. There's nothing at all that's tainted the original whatsoever. Oh my God, Chaz. Here's my problem. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, let's play.
Y'all are getting grumpy for no reason whatsoever.
Hey, first off, let me correct that because I'm starting to mellow out now. I got my drink in front of me, so I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better, fellas. And speaking of Pepsi, Chaz, I'm drinking a Pepsi as well, but with single barrel in it.
Here's what they're doing. They're giving us the Pepsi Challenge, Jay. They're giving us Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, Robert Pattinson. They're saying, pick whatever one you want. We're giving them all to you.
So are you saying that I have to pick between Coke, Pepsi, and Shasta?
I think you should. I think if you're drinking all three of those and don't notice a difference, then you might not.
No, if you don't notice a difference, you're fucking on.
So no, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Patrick. If Michael Keaton's playing Thomas Wayne, that's one thing. I'm fine with that. If they're going to do that Flashpoint, he plays Thomas Wayne where Batfleck ceases to exist, right? I'm okay with that. It's not my go-to favorite. Like, I'm really confused why they cast Wayne already, and the reason they're casting Ben Affleck in this is because in Ezra Miller's Flash world, he's the original Batman, right? That's in that article that Vanity Fair posted or shared.
Exactly.
But
the big reason for it is because Ezra Miller needs a grounding as to what universe he is in, and that's where Ben Affleck is involved.
Okay, but in Ben Affleck's movie, Jeffrey Dean Morgan played his father.
But they're not doing that. This
But
is
why?
very much
Because
like
that's
Captain
breaking
America Civil War, where
that's
they're
breaking
not.
the universe, though. That is breaking the whole universe thing they're trying to set up.
This universe has been broken, man. This universe has been done broken. Like, you can't break it anymore. And I'm pretty sure that's what the executives are thinking right now. What else? Like, we're doing whatever now. Let's just go for it. Do you want to live in a world where you only get one Batman every 4 years, or do you want to actually have some fun?
Hey, let me read you a tweet I saw on Twitter. Okay.
We're gonna look at the scholarly.
We're doing a bunch of movies with an overarching plan,
books,
and they all have the same casting director. It's been super successful, and people like it. DC, people haven't responded to our chaos plan. We've decided it wasn't enough. Chaos.
Yeah,
there is no plan. This is like the new Star Wars films everybody's bitching about.
Yeah, I don't see what the problem is. Sony never had a plan.
We saw what happens when there's no plan.
X-Men never had a plan, and Days of Future Past was very successful and arguably brought back fans that didn't like X-Men 3.
Well, I mean, everyone didn't like,
and that's a whole bunch of stuff. They had no idea Gwen Stacy was a Spider-Woman. They had no idea Pig was Spider-Man. They had no idea any of that stuff existed. But that's
more okay. But they've set that all up with the established franchise, right? DC has not done that.
What franchise did they establish the Spider-Verse with?
Dude, all the Spider-Man movies.
Answer my question.
Huh?
Which one?
The new ones with Tom Holland, dude. That established a new love for Spider-Man, and then they made the animated movie. But where did it establish
a multiverse, like what you're insisting that DC has to do?
Actually, you might be talking.
I'm saying if they're going to do this, dude, they have to have a better setup plan. That's all I'm saying.
I think there doesn't need to be a plan if you've got a good story.
Because here to go to your point, Spider-Verse is its own thing. That's not connected to the Marvel universe.
Days of Future Past? Did they ever talk about a multiverse before that film?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of the X-Men. I like Days of Future Past, but I haven't watched anything after Days of Future Past. To go back to your point,
two films that have explored a multiverse, and both have been critically successful and box office successes.
He's got a point.
Fuck you! I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
I'm just saying that like this is part of an established franchise now, right? Like they're trying to go at it, right? Let's say let us say this is the Days of the Future Past for the Justice League movies, whatever. Okay, let's say it's supposed to be that. Okay, right? But you keep bringing up Spider-Verse, and Spider-Verse isn't connected to anything. That's its own thing. If this was its own thing, like animated movie you had me watch, it'd be
there were many reports that they were planning on putting in Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, and that's still on the table for the next.
Is that verified?
It is verified. Yep. Let's
go.
Is
that from we got this covered?
Let's go.
Yeah, I want you to check on that too, because I think I remember seeing something about that, but it hasn't been confirmed.
Let's see. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse almost had. Let's see.
What's the website?
It's on. Let's see. One cameos. Oh, it was a tweet from Christopher Miller himself, actually. God damn it. We pitched to Sony Brass an ambitious tag involving Spider-Ham, Toby, Andrew, and Tom. They felt it was too soon.
Yeah, so therefore it's a standalone film.
So now you accept what the executives want, but when it's something that you think is different, you have something against it.
Well, so you got to remember
it's bias. It's bias. Admit your bias.
I'm very biased.
This was before Fox was acquired by Disney, though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, well they had their own stuff that they were trying to deal with Disney and Sony, trying to get the second deal going with Tom Holland, and I'm sure they
Right.
kind of got caught in the middle of that. But let's talk about Venom. Let's talk about now Tom Holland being in two different universes: the Sony universe where they can't really address some things, and the MCU. He's towing the line right now. That's where Ezra Miller's going, and it's just one film. We're not talking about Michael Keaton having a 5-film arc. They're giving us a couple of arcs with iconic Batman that we love.
But Tom Holland hasn't made a movie under Sony specifically, like exclusively. It's always been tied back to Disney and the MCU as a whole.
Because that's their deal.
So he doesn't exist exactly like that.
So you're saying that it's better and easier for a filmmaker when your characters and IP are tied up by two different corporations.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying
in-house like what DC does.
I'm just saying he doesn't exist in Venom's universe yet because Venom is exclusively Sony. We have not had a movie produced exclusively by Sony to introduce Tom Holland's character, so he doesn't exist in that universe yet.
No, but Michael Keaton, funny enough, shows up in Venom 2, motherfucker. That was the wrong sound effect.
Does he? Yeah. Wait, what?
Wait.
Yeah. Do you guys not see the credits scene for the Morbius trailer? He's in Morbius.
I was about to say Morbius.
But that also is going to tie in.
He is in the Morbius trailer. I do.
Yeah, but is that with MCU though, or is that with Sony?
Yes, because that picture of Spider-Man in there is going to be replaced by Tom Holland's in the film. They just did that to switch it up.
Okay, but is that Jared Leto movie? Is that Sony exclusively, or is that?
It's Sony exclusively. That's Pascal Pictures coming from them, and it's Jared Leto as well.
I want to look this up.
Man, I'm just here's me. I'm just like, what's that? You got something else to say? What else is going on? What are you talking about? Here's all I'm saying. If you were to just, take a second and think about the idea that Michael Keaton is showing back up, that he could be still an old Bruce Wayne, maybe even training a younger Bruce Wayne in this universe, maybe a Terry McGinnis, and maybe that's your Batman Beyond lead-in. And Ben Affleck, let's look at.
I just want to admit that you're right, just so you know.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, it says here when Toombs, portrayed by Michael Keaton, appeared in the Morbius trailer, he is still wearing his prison garb, indicating that Morbius takes place after Spider-Man: Homecoming, and that is from CheatSheet.com.
Yeah, sheet, and beep. They all got it. They know. I don't know why I'm yelling at this point.
He's playing Vulture though.
What are you talking about?
I'm just throwing shit in there, dude. I'm just trying to stir the pot.
Here's all I'm trying to say, because I think we're quashing it pretty well right now.
Okay, but do you think this is gonna right now they don't have plans to fuck with Robert Pattinson's Batman, right?
Well, thankfully. They can't now.
Thankfully, they don't have plans.
They said it's a separate thing. It's own separate thing.
So, do you think this whole multiverse bullshit is going to tie into it eventually?
No, because they've said it's a separate thing. But the great thing is about how they're doing this is they're telling you that in a multiverse, anything is possible, meaning that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is now in the Flash's multiverse.
I don't buy that until I see that in that movie. If that's not in the movie at all, dude, that's not going to be.
Andy Muschietti said himself in the Vanity Fair article that this is establishing a multiverse, that all of your characters that you love, Christopher Reeve is in this somewhere. Everybody is involved somewhere. There's a Superman in a world that is Christopher Reeve's Superman.
This sounds like Ready Player One for fucking superheroes.
Not that they'll do it, but
yeah, I was about to say this got that vibe. You're right.
But what
it feels like, I like it though. I think they've got something different. I think they're giving me, a Batman fan, something I did not think I could ever see.
I'm a Batman fan.
Well, then why don't you want Michael Keaton? But you don't like Ben Affleck's Batman.
I never said that. What the fuck?
No, he never said that. Remember, I'm the guy that said that. Okay.
All right.
God damn it, Jay.
Because he conspired and colluded.
Thank you.
That's why Jay hates him.
I honestly I hate using the C word, man. I hate using it.
Jay is sitting here like,
it needs to be said.
Listen to the conspiracy. They're trying to get the Toads gang. They're trying to go to
Okay, but seriously though, like that Michael Keaton thing where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring Michael Keaton back." Like, dude, you should have brought Jeffrey Dean Morgan back.
So you'd rather have Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who had
because if they're gonna do that,
10 seconds slowed down screen time.
No, here's the thing. Because if they're gonna use that same logic to bring Ben Affleck back, right? Which I think is cool they did. Like, I don't have an issue with that at all because his Batman is like Ezra Miller's real Batman in that universe, then it only makes sense to bring back Ben Affleck's dad in that universe, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
If they're going directly for the Flashpoint, but that would also say that in Captain America Civil War, we really needed to have that first big school explosion from the superheroes at the beginning of the comic book that had nothing to do with it. And that
I don't know what you're referencing.
Or that we had to have Captain America die on the streets of Capitol Hill, which is how Civil War ends.
Which is how Civil War ends, yeah.
They have to change stuff to make it fit with what their story is. They're not doing a straight up adaptation.
But the story, you can still have the same story with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like, why do you have to bring Michael Keaton into it? Okay.
Let's pitch this. Let's say that this is a film that's really based around not like being able to move on, move forward. Moving forward is the Flash's motif, right? So that should be a great theme to go with him. He's stuck trying to solve his mom's murder, trying to get any semblance back of getting her back. Ben Affleck has already been down this road. He knows the pain. He knows how to help somebody who's going through this as well. He's there to be kind of the grounding for Ezra Miller, to say something to the extent of, you can't keep trying to fix something that can't be fixed. You can't keep running from a problem. You have to address it. And so he says, running, ding, and runs back, saves his mom, and it's like, fuck you, Ben Affleck, I don't need to listen to you. And then he goes back in time. He's like, ha, told you. Whoa, you're Michael Keaton. Okay. And then we have to deal with the fact that he's now in Tim Burton's Gotham, because he changed the multiverse. He changed
but you're connecting that beloved universe to this trash pile. Do you see the issue there?
Yeah. Well,
why not create something
that universe was still with Joel Schumacher. So if you're saying that George Clooney left it on a brilliant note and you just should never touch it,
I'm not
then
saying
that's
that.
weird.
I'm not saying
I think you should touch it. I'd like Michael Keaton.
I consider that like I just consider
Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are both Batman that haven't gotten their just resolutions in their story arcs. Neither of them have gotten their sufficient conclusions to their characters. Maybe
it's because they're not good Batman.
Maybe they're giving them. Maybe they walked up to them like Disney walked up to Harrison Ford with a dump truck full of money and said, "Look, we need you. Would you like to, finish your character the right way instead of how this ended before?" Michael Keaton said, "Sure, I'm always Batman." Ben Affleck was like, "I had some tough shit. I don't know," or whatever he did. But they're in this to try to, redeem the character a little bit. I'm in.
Okay, but let me ask you a question then. If this is absolute trash, okay, like if this is like worse than Joss Whedon's Justice League, will you still be all for them trying to expand the universe forcibly? They're not easing into it at all.
If that's what you're saying is their intention to expand the universe, I'm saying that they're not expanding the universe. They're saying that the universe that they already have is the same as this universe. They're just retroactive. They're doing the opposite of what they did with Disney with like canon, where they were like, everything that's been written as far as books, entertainment, that's out the window. We're starting fresh with our own stuff. These guys are saying, no, all of those stories still happened. We love those Batman. We want to feel inclusive. Let's say it's a different multiverse and maybe even explore it.
I can get behind that.
Catch me outside. How about that?
I can't, actually I can and I can't. It's 50-50 to get behind, but I see your logic and thinking on that though. I do. So
my voice is gone and I've got to do this cast off thing on Sunday, and then we got 2001 on Friday. You guys have ruined me. How dare you?
Hey, it's been good. It's been a good civil talk for the most part.
Oh, it's been civil as anything. Yeah, this.
Listen to me.
I think if one of us had a sink, we would have bashed it over one of our heads, Batman style.
Dude,
By the way, I'll never say that was a good fight. The Batman Superman fight sucked balls, and I hated it.
See, I disagree.
The warehouse scene is what you're probably talking about.
No, I'm talking about like the fight scene.
You mean the one where they just are like, and then do little thing, and they go, and then
he says Martha.
Thing. Yeah, you like Martha.
Hey, what if there's a Martha in this movie?
That's what I'm saying. There's no Marthas in this. If there is one Martha uttered, I'll give you $50.
Dude, like watch Barry be like,
bet right now.
Hey, wait
you want to bet that? Y'all three want?
I don't want to bet that. No, I'm not going to be that stupid.
I'm sure Black Widow is going to be on VOD
to this. Yeah, they're talking about that too, ain't they?
Oh yeah, but we don't know yet. But Have we talked about this sufficiently? Are y'all? Have I battened you up enough?
My final conclusion is I feel like they need to set up everything they're doing a lot better than they have to pull this off. And if they do pull, I'm not saying like purposely giving it low expectations, so that way if it is actually surprisingly good on my end, like I will be like this much more like, excitement for it. Like, whoa, blew me out of the fucking, like Aquaman, for example. I had low expectations, and then like that's one of my favorite.
See, that's all I'm
newer
asking
DC films.
for is low expectations, but not completely dismissive.
No, I'll
If
give
you're
it a chance. I'll see it. Like I'm not
You've
saying
been
that.
so dismissive from the beginning, y'all.
Eh,
I love you too. I'm sorry we fight, but we fight because we love what we love. We're a gaggle of
yeah,
geeks.
I mean, and you know what? If we're brothers at the same time, man. And if we can't argue with each other and get all this shit out, then what the hell are we doing with our lives? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Been
we're all
questioning
sitting
that
on the
most-
couch right now. We're all not doing much of anything with this year, except for in 65 days or 75 days going out to vote. Everybody, let's move on to the next story.
I'll be
though.
doing a melon vote.
Speaking of, Chaz, I see your background, and we need to talk about more Batman stuff, which is Matt Reeves' Batman. One that I think both of us can get excited, all three of us can get excited about. They put out a logo, they put out a poster made by Jim Lee. I want to know what you guys think about this trailer that's coming in DC Fandome, which is tomorrow and Saturday, I believe.
I believe tomorrow, and it's supposed to be tomorrow and Saturday,
Mm.
because Warner Brothers Montreal is supposed to announce the next Batman game. So I am actually looking forward to that, and that's supposed to be on Saturday for that panel. So I'm definitely going to be tuned in and trying to check that out, because I want to see if they're going to bring in the Court of Owls. I'm a big Arkham fan. I played all the Arkham games. My favorite is Arkham City. So I definitely want to see if they're going to bring that back, or if it's just going to be another waiting game like it has been for the last 6 years.
Well, it's going for more of a noir look with the poster. We've got a new bat symbol as well that doesn't have kind of the, if you can look here at this Batman, the little bottom part here
Right.
is missing in the
Right.
thing.
It's missing there, but it looks like that missing piece there is the one that they have around his neck, like the cowl part. And I think that part kind of looks kind of cool. I think they took a lot of design cues from, unfortunately, I have to say this, they took a lot of design cues from the Ben Affleck Batman, and incorporated that into his suits, but they also have other features from other bat suits included in that. So I don't want to just take away just from Ben Affleck's Batman, but you got Bale's Batman, you got Kimner's Batman, you got Clooney's Batman. There's
And it's not completely black. There's still some gray in there that I enjoy.
right, and that's why I'm saying, they've taken a little bit of design cues from every other Batman that played in some way, shape, or form. It's gonna show, and that's when we can disseminate. Because all the fan guys, we're gonna be able to break this down. Okay, so they took it from here, they took it from there, they brought a little bit of color here. Oh, they gave them nips, just like in Clooney and blah blah blah. Like crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be able to disseminate it once we get a full eye picture of what he looks like in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not black and white.
Well, Chaz, what do you think about the picture? What do you think about the Batman coming out? I think this is going to be one of the best films we've seen from DC.
I do too, and that's because Matt Reeves made me cry in the last Planet of the Apes movie. There's a lot of emotion. Yeah, no, dude, I cried in the movie theater when I watched that, and it's actually one of my favorite movies of that year. Yeah, I have hope for this, and like you said, like it has a very noir vibe to it. It's gonna be moody. Gotham's moody. I think there's a difference between trying to be dark and trying to be moody. And so if you could get like the balance just right, dude, it's gonna have like really cool like detective noir stuff, which is what his comic books are based off of originally. He was like kind of a detective himself. So I'm stoked. Plus, Pattinson's a badass, and I think he's very underrated. And he was snubbed from the Oscars because he didn't get nominated.
We won't talk about that because he's one of my guys that I plan to talk about soon. Segue into what I'm doing, but yeah.
DC fandom for the Batman is going to be Saturday during let's see, it's going to be around 5:30 p.m. Be sure to be there earlier because the Multiverse 101 panel is going to be at 11:15, and that's introducing the Flash at 11:40. So we're probably going to get some surprises from all the Bat people. Reeves has promised us some footage from the Batman, so we're going to probably see some stuff. We're going to see Commissioner Gordon, might even see Paul Dano's Riddler, might even see Catwoman. We might get a little featurette of stuff that.
Who did they get to pick Gordon again? I forgot.
From Westworld.
Oh, yes. I can't put a
Jeffrey Wright.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I couldn't put the name on him.
Jeffrey Wright. Is Bill Skarsgård or Peter Sarsgaard in this?
I believe he is. I don't think he's at a super big capacity of what he is. Someone had referenced that he could be Harvey Dent, but I don't know if they're going that far in the universe right now. But then again, they have the Penguin.
And even then, I don't think they could get anyone to replace the current the current Harvey Dent. I mean, the one who played in The Dark Knight. You just can't.
Aaron Eckhart, yeah.
Yeah, he did a really, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. He's one of those guys that I liked him in Battle of Los Angeles. I think he did really great. Pretty much any role you put him in, I think he does good in. I mean, there might be some roles that he's not good in, but I think roles like that, action roles and maybe some serious roles like the one that he did for Harvey Dent, I think were made for him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard to fill that shoe if you're going to take over that Harvey Dent. It's already hard enough to take over the Batman mantle as it is. You know what I mean?
I kind of want to say too, because it's kind of related in the nerd verse. The cinematographer is Greg Fraser. Greg Fraser. He's Australian, but he's also done Rogue One, which is shot very beautifully.
That's one of the most beautiful
Star Wars
films that came out.
He's attached to Dune as a cinematographer, and he also did Killing Him Softly, which I think has one of the best slow motion sequences ever. So we're gonna get a very, very moody, beautiful.
I'm going to say something right now. I've got a theory that I'm going to just put out. All right.
Okay.
I think that it's going to be rated R. The Batman will be rated R.
It's got to be.
Do you think the Joker kind of enabled that? Because we got the rated R Harley Quinn movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right after the Joker was released. Do you think there's going to be like this sector of darker DC movies that aren't more for the major audiences?
Well, I think that's what they were thinking could happen with Joker, but they didn't know for sure. And after it hitting $1 billion, like, what else do they have to lose? You know?
Yeah. I have a question. Now, I and this involves the cast,
and maybe that explains why they're keeping Batfleck and bringing in Michael Keaton, because that's your PG-13 Batman, and here's your motherfucking R Batman.
Fuck,
right.
dude.
Now.
That kind of works. Does that not work a little bit, or is Ben Affleck a part of this too, Jay?
I don't know.
What's your question, Jay?
My question is, Catwoman is being played by Zoe Kravitz, but wasn't she in Birds of Prey as well?
No, that was Cassandra Cain.
Or do I have?
That's Batwoman.
Kravitz actually tried out for Catwoman.
Is Zoe Kravitz, yeah.
She got told that she's too urban. The thing that was, yeah, dude. Ooh. And so they gave her the role. Yep, that's what they said, dude. I didn't say that. That's what they said. Twitter articles. I didn't say that.
No, that wasn't for you. That was for whoever said that. Oh boy.
No.
Before anybody fucking takes a little audio clip and they're like, "You said fucking this," I'm like, "Yo, context."
Let's talk more about the DC Fandome because, man, it's a huge thing. This is bigger than what Comic-Con was this year, and there's a lot of shit coming out. So
Comic-Con was garbage. I was so pissed. I don't even want to talk about that. I tuned in for 3 days and had enough. I was done. I was upset.
Oh boy.
I was, and that's one thing I like about. There is one thing I like about living in San Diego is that Comic-Con is that damn close. You know what I mean? Like,
but
Hey, you know what? If you guys ever want to go to Comic-Con, we just have to get some press passes. I'll find a way to get us some press passes. I'll get us a room. Well, I live here, so I get you guys a room in downtown San Diego, and we'll go. I don't have a problem doing that. We'll represent Gaggle of Geeks right then and there. We'll stream it live. It makes no difference to me. I'm just saying that, you know, they could have done a better job at Comic-Con than this.
Well, that's what we're going to see with DC Fandom, because they've got so many people showing up for this. You've got your Wonder Woman 3 panel. You got James Gunn's Suicide Squad making a debut,
Wonder Woman
showing
3.
some feet. And Wonder Woman 84.
1984. I was about to say 3. Wait a minute.
But you've got The Flash. You've got a little bit from some of the CW shows. Batwoman is going to feature the new character that's playing Batwoman now. There's a lot of stuff to have in this. And I think I've been needing something like substantial as far as news goes. This is the news that I like.
Right. I agree with you on that. And you know what? I'm interested too if what they're gonna do in Fandom. Now I don't know if they're going to do this. I wish they would, but I wish they would bring more information on the Green Lantern. Green Lantern needs to make an appearance in the MCU. Period.
They will be actually talking a little bit about the TV show coming to HBO Max about Green Lantern. I wonder if there's something hinting with that. And of course, you've got the Snyder Cut feature.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's Snyder Cut's gonna be there, like not the Snyder Cut, but they're gonna show more stuff from that.
They'll show an official trailer, I believe, is what they've got from it.
Because if there isn't really a fan besides Batman in the DC universe, Jon Stewart to me is still the best Green Lantern to ever live. I'm sorry, Hal Jordan, but Jon Stewart's got my vote, not just because, you know, he's black and all, but because of what he stands for, what he's done in the comic books. To me, that's what really makes a Lantern. And I think Jon Stewart represents that a lot better than Hal Jordan. Mm-hmm. My personal opinion.
So this is free? Is that what am I reading that?
Yeah,
correctly?
it's free. You just have to sign up.
Yeah,
there's something called the Hall of Heroes, which is where everyone's going to be involved in it. And most of the big panels are coming from there. I'm really excited, especially for James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I want to know what that thing is. It looks, what they're doing, man.
There's a video game for that too.
Yeah, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League is going to be the game.
Hey, what's the website again to sign up again? What was that again?
Go to schedule.dcfandome.com. It'll give you an option to sign up, and then from there, you'll be able to check out all of the panels, the schedule for when it is, so you can schedule out what you're going to be doing. There's the Hall of Heroes, which has all of the stuff that are really big news and details. I think if this is successful, it has the legs to maybe continue on later in like 2021, 22. This might be a whole new way that we do conventions now.
I mean, for right now anyway. I mean, it would still be nice to actually, you know, go and cosplay and stuff like that. I got an outfit in mind that if I were to go to Comic-Con, I'm dressing up as Nicholas J. Fury, man. I already got the bald head. Give me the patched eye. I'll have my wife hit me in the eye or something like that to close it and call it.
Just buy a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, just buy a cat like in Captain Marvel.
No, I would not buy
yourself a space cat.
First off, me and cats, we don't get along. Okay, I don't like cats. Okay. But if I did, I would get like a plush toy and call it Goose, okay? And then I'll dress up as Fury with the hair, and then I'll have one of you two play Coulson.
What kind of toy?
Plush toy, like a what is it, stuffed animal plush toy, whatever.
Oh
man,
I was going different way with that.
That's our pitch for DC Fandom. I think that about wraps it up for this episode. I'm tired and I need a nap because we all yelled, and I'm exhausted.
What if we keep it going?
No, I think we're good on this one.
I think we're good.
I think.
What if I want to continue and say like release the?
I'm very much like Larry David as
release the Iyer cut. Release the Iyer cut.
Who were you talking about? What's his name? Chaz, how did you say it?
David Iyer.
Oh, okay. Well, I would like to thank the people that have been with me today. Jay, tell us where the people can find you and what you've been working on, man.
You can find me on YouTube at j.moore, black and white photo of me, or you can find me on Facebook at jmoore or on Instagram at j.moore021. I'm working on episode 2, man. I mean, it's been a pretty busy week for me, so I haven't been able to sit down with my team for episode 2, but I'm working on episode 2, and I'm also working on the best underrated actors and actresses in Hollywood, and why they need to have a starring role.
Very cool.
I'm working on that series. That's something I'm going to be doing solo without a team. So keep your eyes open for that one. That one's going to be cool. I might be doing that one on Facebook. I haven't yet decided yet. So, but yeah, keep your eyes tuned.
And
It'll be
also, I
nice
want
and
to
fun.
thank, of course, Chaz for coming on and always arguing about shit.
Always.
And giving me and Jay a challenge here to really think about whether Ben Affleck's in on colluding. Chaz, where can the people find you?
Wait, colluding? I didn't say anything about that.
I said something about colluding. I did.
Trying to paint me like that. Hey, look, you can find me on the social webs like Instagram and Twitter. I have a podcast coming out tomorrow with Mary Hall, who's an actress and model who lives here. Yeah, dude. Jay, I have to say real quick though, dude, you weren't here. Like, if you were here 10 minutes before you actually like logged in, I was eating some pineapple pizza and Patrick.
I was getting ready.
That about wraps up the show,
ask.
everybody. I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Pineapple on pizza doesn't belong anywhere near here, but Batman and Keaton, they might. Check it out. See y'all later.
Later, everybody. Oh man.